Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chido and this is Chido Starts Up. Whether you're a returning guest or you're new to the channel, welcome. Please make sure to click the subscribe button below and the notifications button so that you're one of the first people to find out when we release a new video. Today we're going to be speaking about part 2 of managing your life like a business. This part focuses on managing your life like a business in terms of your finances. So let's get right into it. The older we get, the more important it becomes for us to actively manage our finances. Just like how a business that wants to grow and flourish hires a chief financial officer to manage its investments and its financial standing, is the same way we must become our own chief financial officer. Understanding our personal finances makes it easier to then engage professionals and experts to advise us on an extra course to take when we want to grow and expand our financial territory. So today we will be looking at 6 points to consider when looking to manage your life like a business financially. Point number 1, you need to generate an income. Businesses exist to maximize profits, and in order to do that, they need to drive sales to generate an income. This money enables them to do multiple other things. They can extend their product lines, they can venture into new markets, they can basically do anything that they dream of doing. In the same light, you should look to generate an income so that you can ensure that you have financial freedom. Financial freedom that will enable you to do all the things that you've always wanted to do. So ways of you generating an income are the traditional ways, like getting a job, creating things with your hands and selling them, or offering your time and services in exchange for money. Other ways to generate an income are through investing or looking to partner with other people that can help you learn a new skill that you can use to enhance yourself in your career or in your field of expertise. Generating an income helps you to avoid living in deficit. And generating it from multiple streams helps you to avoid credit or debt in order to survive. So make sure that you look into ways of generating an income from multiple streams to ensure that your finances are managed well and that you never make a decision out of desperation, financial desperation. Point number 2, set financial goals. I personally prefer to set quarterly financial goals as opposed to monthly financial goals, because monthly financial goals can easily become a paycheck to paycheck kind of mindset, and I don't really like thinking like that. I don't like thinking like that because sometimes they bigger things that I want to do in a certain period of time. So perhaps in a quarter I want to do a project or invest in something, or even take a small holiday that will require a little bit more money than I would be using on a month-to-month basis. If I know that at the end of the quarter I want to take a 1-week holiday, I will be able to plan for that and then stagger the rest of my spending accordingly. I'm not a financial advisor, so I do encourage you to look at your finances and decide how often you want to review them. Whether it's on a bi-weekly basis, a month-on-month basis, or a quarterly basis, do what works for you and enables you to fully see what is coming in and out of your account, and that enables you to make the right financial decisions for your finances. Point number 3, you need to manage your finances actively. In this day and age, it's no longer enough not to understand what is happening with your money. So I suggest that you start off with 2 foundational accounts the same way a business does. One is for daily transactions like stationery, coffees, birthday gifts, anything that you just need to swipe and spend on, you use that account to do that. Then the other one is for your reserves, your emergency fund for a rainy day. Make sure that every month you're always putting money into that emergency fund. At times, you may have moments when your transactional account has nothing and your emergency fund has quite a bit of money, and you may feel a little bit tempted to just dip in, but don't do that. Rather try to live below your means and ensure that your transaction account has enough for you to keep going throughout the month or throughout the period before you get paid again. Otherwise, your emergency fund will end up going to things that are not emergencies, and should an emergency come, you might be in a little bit of trouble, and let's try to avoid that. Point number 4 is that you need to prioritize your cash flow. So some businesses start in a garage or spare room before they hire out a premises, because they need to make sure that they have enough cash flow to manage their operating expenses before they invest in bigger assets like a rental property or even a building of their own. In the same way, you should do the same. Make sure that you have enough money that can carry you through all your expenses for a certain period of time before you start investing in bigger assets that will require you to commit a certain amount of money on a periodic basis. Prioritizing your cash flow, whether you're a business or an individual, is very important because life and business cycles have both peaks and troughs. Sometimes you earn a lot of money and you're able to store it up as additional cash flow, and other times you don't earn enough, and that additional cash flow can then cover up for those moments. Managing and prioritizing your cash flow can help you avoid some sticky situations that may arise from periodic financial obligations. Point number 5, invest in assets that also work for you. So the same way in which businesses invest in equipment, furniture, and machinery that helps it generate an income, you should do the same too. Invest in assets that are able to help you in your line of work. So whether you're looking to invest in some software or hardware, make sure to put your money in some good quality assets to ensure that you're able to generate an income. This takes us back to point number 1, generating an income, because this is so important to make sure that your finances are moving and flowing steadily. Point number 6, you need to manage your fixed expenses. In the same way a business understands how much it needs to spend in a given period, is the same way you need to understand your operating expenses. The best way to do this is to add a buffer around your operating expenses. So if you know that you need to spend X amount per month on whatever you need to spend it on, always add an extra 10% just to make sure that you never go over, or even if you do go over your operating expenses, you're still comfortable with it. Adding a buffer is really useful because it also enables you to save extra. So if you don't use that buffer, you can always put it into your savings accounts. Part of managing your life like a business does include saving. So making sure that you're always able to add a little bit extra into that emergency fund is always a good way to go. So that's it for today's episode of Chido Starts Up. I look forward to engaging with you in the comment section and hearing what you think about this video. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.